Um, I think I have the perfect presentation for after coffee, because it virtually has no boxes, and I think it's really non-technical. Let me see how to work this. Yeah. I think we've talked a lot today about how we're building things, how we're building the layers, how we're building interoperability, how we make everything work together, how we are not supposed to fork and everything. And maybe it's time to talk about the why we're doing this, why we're in the Purple Foundation. And I can give you the view of the cybersecurity practitioner. I'm going to start with a slide that I used in a lot of my presentations. How many devices do you have in your home? And this is a very special group here, so I expect that you guys know exactly how many devices. Yeah, I expect that. No, I'm not surprised you have 32. It's good that you know you have 32, because most of the people, they have no idea. And probably you have them on separate Wi-Fi networks. I'm sure you don't have separate passwords for each, or at least some of you don't. And I don't know how many of you check how much traffic your smart toaster clocks in. And I can tell you that 4 or 5 years ago, we launched a product called Bitdefender Box, and it had a lot of features like anomaly detection and intrusion prevention and brute force protection and all that. But then we started receiving feedback from our users, and they were super impressed by something that we never even thought it was security. It was device detection, and for them that was the biggest thing they had in their product. Some of them realized. I mean, there was one guy that realized he forgot he got a Kindle, and he found it in one of the drawers. And then there was another guy who realized that his mattress was actually a smart mattress and was monitoring his sleep. So, smart home stats. Oh, I can see it here. Today we have about 13 billion connected devices. Somebody earlier this morning said that we can add even more intelligence in devices to make them, respect energy consumption through rules and respect this and that, and bring a lot of convenience. For someone in cybersecurity, this is really scary. And today we have about 20 devices per household, so users are a bit over the average. And about 70% devices, 70% of all devices will be smart by 2030. So we're going to be surrounded by a lot of devices that traffic a lot of our information. And we do buy smart devices based on some stats, mostly for convenience, and I'm going to get back to convenience during this presentation. Home security, because we do have a lot of cameras and baby monitors and all that, and saving time. Apparently we buy them to make our lives easier, which brings a lot of security challenges, because the regular users, they lack the awareness. They don't know how many devices they have in their homes because they buy them impulsively, and they don't know how to differentiate between secure devices and vulnerable devices. And spoiler alert, almost all devices are vulnerable. We have design challenges. Most smart devices have security vulnerabilities. They are not standardized, and smart devices can be protected using traditional antiviruses. And we also have operational. There's a lot of attacks going on every day, like probably 8 attacks per day per household. And most vulnerable household devices are TVs, smart plugs, and routers. And all these smart devices, they just add to the digital persona. And the digital persona is what we have today, playing our role in the digital ecosystem. It's our digital alter ego. It's made out of every account we created, every photo we posted, every comment, every smart device that we own, and it's uploading and trafficking information about ourselves. And we do that without even thinking. I can tell you that about 2 weeks ago, I saw a pair of pants that I wanted to buy. They didn't have it my size. I created an account just like that, just to be reminded when they have it back on stock. I'm not going to use that account again, but it's there. And it's difficult to control. This persona is continuously growing. It's impossible to erase. Oh, push the wrong button. So in all this ecosystem or mess, what's the number one reason that people buy cybersecurity for? Of course, they want to be protected. Of course, they don't trust or understand the technology. Of course, they hear a lot of news about what's going on. They read in the newspapers. They have personal examples of friends stumbling upon ransomware or phishing or things like this, like social media impersonation and all that. But that's not the main reason they buy it. And they buy it because they want to have the peace of mind that they can be themselves online. They want to have a solution that they can click, buy, and then they can be themselves, and they want to do it in the most convenient way. And I'm getting back to the convenience part because it's really hard to choose a cybersecurity solution these days, because there's not only one cybersecurity solution. You have antivirus, you have identity protection, you have VPN, you have password management, you have parental controls, you have all that. So when it comes to choosing, we hit what we call the privacy or cybersecurity paradox. There's so many decisions to take that people, even though when asked, they say that they are concerned about cybersecurity, they don't do anything because it's just too difficult to do something. And people are willing to pay more for cybersecurity. Actually, they are willing to pay more for that peace of mind. And they are willing to pay about $6 to $10 a month for extra security. They are willing to pay more for better security in the Wi-Fi routers, about 62.5% of the product price, and security cameras. And also, about half of the people we interviewed, they think that cybersecurity should be offered by their service provider, their connectivity provider. So what is convenience in cybersecurity? It's simplicity, it's freedom, it's mobility, and it's peace of mind. Simplicity in how you choose it and how you enable it. It's freedom because you are free to click on anything you want, to be yourself online and stop worrying about all the bad things that can happen. Mobility because you must have the same protection whether you're at home or you're on the go, because you're always surrounded by connected devices. And peace of mind, because you forget about cyber threats and you know that your family is safe and you did something to bring the peace of mind to everyone involved. And protecting the digital persona is about offering complete protection. And it's not on, we can't just protect one device or protect one account or use an antivirus because it just doesn't work anymore. So the cybersecurity ecosystem that we propose, and it's actually a cybersecurity ecosystem, is not just a solution. It takes into account that protecting the digital persona is protecting the connected devices, and this starts from the IoT security agent, which in our case is the agent that sits on top of prpl on the router, but also securing the online accounts, securing the personal information, and securing the online behavior. And why IoT security profits from convenience? Because it's a simple solution. It's easily provisioned by the service provider. It's easily enabled. Once it's there, it's the perfect gateway to deploy the entire security ecosystem. It protects all the network connected devices, and it offers natively additional functionality like device management or parental control. What we have so far is a mature and stable solution. It's already running on millions of routers. It's compatible already with about 80 router models. And we've done those integration ourselves because we didn't have the prpl foundation, the prpl layer to make this easy. And from now, it's only going to get easier because until now, all those 80 routers were integrated one by one. And it's part of the subscriber protection platform, which is a complete telco cybersecurity ecosystem. And this is, very briefly why we believe that the Purple Foundation is the way to go, why we are members in this foundation, and we believe it's the future. Because it will help bring cybersecurity to subscribers, it will help secure them in a meaningful way, and it will help service providers have an evolving portfolio. Because I think when it comes to a cybersecurity portfolio for a service provider, the capability of the portfolio to evolve is the key, because the threats that we have today will be just a small part of the threats that we have tomorrow, and an even smaller part of the threat that we have the next day, and so on. So we have to have a portfolio that is continuously evolving. Done. I hope I kept you awake.